It's the CAF Champions League weekend, and on this episode, we are discussing the two South African clubs involved in it. That is Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. They are both traveling. One is traveling to Gaborone, Botswana, and the other one is supposed to travel to Swaziland. But because Swaziland, they don't have any stadium that fit the criteria of CAF, then they are fortunately or unfortunately playing their home game at Lucas Murepe Stadium, Pretoria. And guess what? That is Mamelodi Sundowns. They also use it as their home ground at times. So disadvantage to the Swaziland side, but an advantage to Mamelodi Sundowns. Very, very important weekend, the coming one and the following one. And the two legs are important for different reasons to coach Mangoba Mngqithi and coach Jose Riveiro. Obviously, both teams want to qualify for the premium competition on the continent, the most lucrative competition in the continent. Aside from that, for Orlando Pirates, they met the same team over two legs in the second round prelim last season, and over the two legs, Jwaneng eliminated Orlando Pirates in penalties, winning the first leg 1-0 and losing the second leg at Orlando 1-0, forced them to go into penalties, which eventually Jwaneng Galaxy won. And they've done some great upsets last season. I'm talking about Jwaneng Galaxy, even going to Morocco, upsetting and winning against the Giants of Morocco, Wydad Casablanca. From Ngoba Mngqithi, the club, I mean, even the people who cut the grass, the chefs, everyone is aware that a win is necessary. Mamelodi Sundowns needs to score goals. Ngoba Mngqithi needs to motivate the boys. The technical team is desperate for a win, desperate for goals. So, two clubs that are motivated for two different reasons. And on this episode, basically, maybe just giving my best 11 for the two sides going into this weekend. And while you are at it, if you're seeing this face and this content for the very first time, make sure you don't forget to smash that like button. Comment on the section below as to which best 11s can actually overcome Jwaneng Galaxy for Orlando Pirates and Mbabane Swallows for Mamelodi Sundowns. Yes, I do go by the name of Oscar. It's football, discuss and engage on anything to do with football from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Where do I even start with this? I think what's more important is Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates, they're probably going to approach the matches in two different ways. And I say that because we are just coming from a week or 10 days of AFCON qualifiers. Both clubs, big clubs, had their international players being involved in AFCON qualifiers. And I don't think Mamelodi Sundowns, it will be necessary to use all the players that went to play for their nations. That is Shalulile, that is for Bafana. We've got a lot of players that went to Bafana for Mamelodi Sundowns. Some may be used, some should be rested. And I'll give my reasons when I give my 11 for Mamelodi Sundowns against Mbabane Swallows. At Orlando Pirates, they don't have a choice. Jose Riveiro doesn't have a choice. He has to use Sipochen. He has to use Tito Masongane. I know Tito Masongane against Uganda and South Sudan, he was not used. He has to use Mufokeng. Nda didn't play max minutes for Nigeria, but he was introduced as a sub, I think, in the first game against Rwanda. I'm not sure if he played, but I doubt he started the game. So Jose Riveiro doesn't have a choice. He needs, last season, one of the reasons Orlando Pirates were eliminated is that their focus was on the MTN final, which they were going to play against Mamelodi Sundowns. He rested some of the players in the second leg they play against Jwaneng Galaxy at Orlando, and that actually compromised and actually led them being defeated and being eliminated from CAF Champions League. They didn't make the CAF Champions League, and it is very important, vitally important, that the two clubs from South Africa have to make the group stages. I really wish and hope that Jose Riveiro will set up a side that will ensure that they go all out and actually win the first and the second leg. They're playing a very tricky side. Defensively, Jwaneng Galaxy is very disciplined. They are led by a South African, Ramoreboli. Ramoreboli is the coach, and he has even teased them. He says they're the smaller side. Orlando Pirates is the big side. The pressure is on them, not a smaller side like Jwaneng Galaxy. So they don't have a choice, but they need to take the game to Jwaneng Galaxy. Already playing man games, teasing them that they can actually trouble them. They've done it before, and they will do it again. So the approach from Jwaneng Galaxy should be that of, these are two finals and they should max it out. Go all out, put his best players. There's no reason to rest the Bafana players. And Orlando Pirates fans in South Africa and in Africa and in the world, they are desperate to see Orlando Pirates featuring in CAF Champions League. As a South African, I want Orlando Pirates to travel together. If also Mamelodi Sundowns makes it, because we cannot assume that Mamelodi Sundowns is playing a club from a smaller nation like Eswatini, that they will beat and overcome them. They need to respect every team. In fact, Mangoba said, Mbabane Swallows, they are dangerous on transition. We just met an animal that is dangerous on transition, and we were defeated over 2 legs. The wine balls of Stellenbosch. If that is how Mbabane Swallows apply themselves, then obviously that means that they do have some teeth. They should be respected. They are the champions of Eswatini. Therefore, I hope that Mangoba will also set up in a way that will enable them to overcome Mbabane Swallows. I do, however, think that it will not be necessary for a Mangoba Mngiti to use all the Bafana players. Here are some of the players I believe, and I think that Mangoba Mngiti should rest, and because we do have an upcoming game against first game which will be missing this weekend against SuperSport United. Orlando Pirates were supposed to play Chippa United, but they will also play the same day as Mamelodi Sundowns next weekend against Chippa United. However, I still believe that Shalulile should be rested. He was involved in Namibian international AFCON qualifiers. Mukwena should be rested for this game. Mudiba should be rested for this game. And a Mudau should be rested. Grant Kekana didn't have any minutes against Uganda, nor against South Sudan. Morena, introduced in the second half, in the first game, played the second game, started the second game, but I believe that in that back four, their experience will be necessary. The two teams, they should win. I will do anything. I will do anything to drive up to Gaborone and go watch Orlando Pirates playing against Jwaneng Galaxy. But Mamelodi Sundowns is playing in Pretoria, so therefore I need to go and support my own club. Here is the 11 that Jose Riveiro should go to. I don't think it needs a genius to predict it. Therefore, it should be the same lineup they had against Cape Town City. Sipochain in goals. But I believe this is the game where Van Rooyen should be introduced and have his debut in CAF Champions League. And for Orlando Pirates, he couldn't play in the MTN two legs because I think he was what's the term they use? He was club tied. He had already played for Stellies against TS Galaxy in the quarterfinals of MTN 8. Therefore, he could not be involved again. But I believe this is a game where he should make his debut for Orlando Pirates. He'll be the only change in the starting 11 for Orlando Pirates. Sipochain in goal. We all know Jose Riveiro applies a 4-2-3-1 on paper, and we all know these systems and formation, they change when you have the ball, they change when you're off the ball, when you don't have the ball. But anyway, on paper, Sipochen in goal, Van Rooyen, the right back, the two central defenders, Sesan and Da, remain. Hoto has been excellent in that left back position. I know for Namibia, he scored a cracker. Was it Congo? Was it Cameroon in Orlando? Again, the stadium they use, because in Namibia, the stadiums they have there, they don't fit the criteria of CAF. So they play their games in Orlando as well. So Hoto doesn't have a choice. There's no time to rest. They need to overcome Jwaneng Galaxy, and he'll be starting in that left back position that he has made his own, and he's been incredible, absolutely excellent in that position. So the back four, the only change would be Van Rooyen. The double pivot, Talent Mbata, a hero for Bafana, introduced in the second half in both games against Uganda and South Sudan. So Talent Mbata and Makaula in that double pivot, and the front four for Orlando Pirates, no changes there. Their target man, Tshegofatso Mabasa, and the three guys behind him, they are number 10, Tito Maswangani, who's been in the news, being criticized by Professor Mbabane, South African legend, and the number 10 that we all celebrate in the country, that is Jomo Sono. Whether they are right or they are wrong, it's their own opinion. Football is a game of opinion, and that is even the platform we have here and on YouTube. It's a game of opinion. Whether you are wrong or you are right, as long as you are not rude, even on the comments, I do attempt to reply on all of them. While you are at it, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers by December. Really appreciate the support, really appreciate the engagement. In fact, the engagements or the comments below are some of the things that really that excite me in replying. So the front four does not change. Tito Maswangani, Salem on the right, and the president of AMA 2000, Mufukeng, who's been incredible for Bafana. That's the 11 that I believe should do the job for Jose Riveiro in Gaborone. But they're playing against the side that defensively they are sound. They obviously, because they're a more inferior side in quality, they are aware of that. They're playing a big team against Orlando Pirates, so they want to play on a counter. So that is where your Hoto will be instrumental, your Van Rooyen will be instrumental, and the Sesane should be wise and clever in how they deal with some of the counter attacks that will be coming from Jwaneng Galaxy. Ramoreboli has made it clear that they will trouble Orlando Pirates. I'm not sure if that will be in Gaborone or that will be on the 21st of September in Orlando Stadium. The marketing team of Jwaneng Galaxy, they've themed and tagged these two legs a September to remember. They really want to cause an upset yet again in the second year running. We will wait and see, but I'm excited about this match for Orlando Pirates and the Jwaneng Galaxy. Mangoba Mngiti has to rest the players I've mentioned from Bafana. He's desperate for a win. Not just for a win, he's desperate to see goals. His side have not scored a goal. They won against Polokwane City, but it was an own goal. So they need to win this game and score some goals against Mbabane Swallows. Mentality has to be that they need to respect the side they're playing against. Doesn't matter where they're coming from. We've seen some shockers in this competition, and it will not be the first one if Mbabane shocks Mamelodi Sundowns. This is the 11 I believe Mangoba Mngiti should go with his 4-3-3 system. I'm hoping that Williams is back. He needs some minutes, and I'm hoping this is a competition where we'll see our number one back in goal. The back four, Mudau has to be rested. 90 minutes against Sudan and Uganda. Morena fit in there, play him in the first 50 minutes or so. Zugi will be in line to replace him. See if maybe they can get 2 goals in the first half. So we need an experienced back four. Morena, right back, Rankekana, right center back, left center back, Musa, Libusa, left back, Mashiko. I think Mashiko is injured. I think he was injured against that game against Stelis. Okay, if that is the case, then I think Lunga can fit in that left back position, or the boy we just bought from Skukune, Tetana. Is it Tetana? He can fit in that left back position. So Tetana, Lebusa, Grand Kekana, and Morena in that back four. And then the midfield three should be Rivaldo, Allende, and a Mabue. Because Mabue played, has gotten some minutes against Stelis over the 2 legs, I would love to introduce Mkulise, but just play with some boys that have had some minutes already. Allende, Mabue, and your Kotia. So Allende and Mabue. Allende could play as a box-to-box, and Mabue could play as a 8.5 if there's such a thing, or a 10 that will be supporting the front three. Mishishi also has to be rested. Didn't mention him in the players that have to be rested. The only reason I'm resting these players is because both legs will be played in South Africa and in Pretoria. That is the hunting ground for Mamelodi Sundowns. One will be played in Lucas Muripa. I think the second leg will be played in Loftus Stadium. And the front three, hoping these guys will have done a lot of work during the AFCON qualifiers. Riveiro, Sales, and Matthews. Putting back Matthews in that front three, he had an incredible preseason. He has been disappointing over the two legs against Stelis. Stelis are a sound team. But if any of these guys score a goal, it will do incredible deal of confidence for the players. So Matthews, Sales, and Riveiro, they start, they score. Great for Mangoba, great for the technical team, great for the supporters, great for Mamelodi Sundowns. And I think I should end it there. And good luck to both Orlando Pirates and the Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm hoping they are victorious in their away fixtures, so that the second leg, they are not under any pressure. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to share on all your socials, and don't forget to suggest on what next should I be talking about. And I end it there by saying, may my God bless you all.